Now let's start fourth colligative properties, that is osmosis or osmotic pressure. Now for that, first of all we have to understand this word SPM, that is called semi permeable membrane. Semi permeable membrane. That means this will allow some type of element, some type of molecules, that is called semi permeable membrane. Okay, it depends on the membrane, that means a layer. It depends on the holes or the space of the semi permeable membrane, that which will allowed or which will not allowed. Okay, in my notes I have given so many examples of semi permeable membrane. Parchment paper, our cell wall is also one type of semi permeable membrane, which does not allow unwanted germs or microorganisms. Now here, to understand the osmosis or osmotic pressure, let's draw one figure. So the figure is like this. We will take two vessels, like this. Now here we will put semi permeable membrane. Okay, here we have taken pure solvent and here we have solution. Now solution, that means it is solute plus solvent. Now to understand the osmosis and osmotic pressure, let's differentiate both the vessels. Now see, now as we know that vapor pressure of the pure solvent is always higher than the vapor pressure of the solution. Vapor pressure of pure solvent is always higher than the vapor pressure of the solution. So okay, now let's check about the concentration. What about the concentration here? Here concentration of the solvent is, we can say, higher. Concentration of the solvent is higher because only solvent is present. Here we can say concentration of the solvent is lower because we have added solute and solvent. Here 100% solvent is present, here it can be 98%, 99, 90, 80, whatever, but the remaining amount is solute. So we can say concentration of solvent is lower here. Same thing we can write here, concentration of solute is lower here. It is lower or totally absent, we can say. And here concentration of solute is higher. Now as we have learned in 8th, 9th and 10th class, anything flows from higher concentration to lower concentration. So in this case you can say that solvent molecules flows from A to B. This is A vessel, this is B vessel. Why? Because the concentration of solvent is higher and concentration of solvent is lower. This is called it will flow through the SPM. Why? Again, anything flows from higher concentration to lower concentration. So solvent flows from A to B. Is it? Okay. Now see. Now what is the use of osmosis? In our house we have water purifier. Water purifier is working on the osmosis process. Here you can say we have pure water. Here we can have impure water. Okay, it is impure water. Now what happens in normal condition, that pure solvent or pure water has higher concentration, and here impure water has lower concentration. So solvent is going from A to B. So if it happens, we cannot get the pure water, because it is going into the impure water. We want the opposite process. Okay, so now see, one thing we have to write here: vapor pressure is higher, and here vapor pressure is lower. Here vapor pressure is higher, here vapor pressure is lower. So again I can say that solvent molecule goes from higher vapor pressure to lower vapor pressure, or higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, if it allows solvent molecules. Now suppose if it allows only solute molecules, what happens? So solute molecule, concentration of solute is higher here, concentration of solute is lower here. If SPM allows only solute molecule, then it will go to B2A. It goes B2A, because here solute molecule has higher concentration and it is lower concentration. So that anything flows from higher to lower. So now remember this statement: solvent molecule flows from lower vapor pressure to higher vapor pressure. Is it correct? Yes, keep in mind this is correct statement, because every time you think that anything flows from, sir, you said that everything is flows from higher concentration to lower concentration. Now you are telling that it is going from lower to higher. But listen the word carefully: solute molecule goes from lower vapor pressure to higher vapor pressure, because here it has higher concentration, and solid has higher concentration here, and it has lower concentration here. So in terms of concentration we can say it goes from higher to lower, but in terms of vapor pressure of the solvent, vapor pressure of the solution or solvent, it goes from B to A. Okay, so in normal case what happens? Solvent is going in A to B and it gets into the impure water, but in our home we want pure water. So that means what we have to do? We have to arrange such a system that water flows from B to A and we will get the pure water here. Okay, so now see, vapor pressure is higher, so just I will make a piston to symbolize vapor pressure is higher, that means it is in downward condition. Vapor pressure is lower, so I will put a piston here, little bit upper side, that shows that vapor pressure is lower. So what happens in normal condition? Solvent is going from A to B, it gets into the impure water. We want the opposite process. That means here only solvent should go B to A. So what we can do? See, with respect to pressure we can do one thing. If we increase the pressure here, but increase how much? We have to increase the vapor pressure than this much. If we increase the vapor pressure, solvent molecule goes from B to A. Why? Because at that time higher pressure is here and it is lower pressure. Everything flows from higher vapor pressure to, and particularly solvent goes from higher concentration to lower concentration, because SPM allows only solvent molecules. Got it? So that means if we want the opposite flow, vapor pressure of this part should be greater than this. Now listen one thing. Now what we can do to stop the flow of the solvent? Now normal condition it is going from A to B. Now what we can do to stop? So see, we have to make equal vapor pressure both the side. got it? We can make equal vapor pressure both the side, then flow of the solvent becomes stops. So that means pressure required to stop the flow of solvent is called osmotic pressure, and that process is called osmosis. When it becomes osmosis, when the solvent going in the back direction. Pressure required to stop the flow of solvent is called the osmotic pressure. Okay, now what happens when we increase the pressure here? Solvent is going from the B to A. Solvent goes from B to A. Okay, so that is called osmosis, and that on that basis, on that concept, our water purifier works. Okay, now actually both are osmosis, but when solvent is going from A to B, it is also called osmosis. When B to A is going from semi permeable membrane, then it is called osmosis. But when we are increasing the pressure, and solvent is going from B to A, it is called reverse osmosis. Yes, you click it correctly. Reverse osmosis, RO water, that means reverse osmosis water. That means when we will increase the pressure, it is called osmosis, but it is called reverse osmosis because solvent is going from B to A. So then here we can have a pure water, and if we have one tap here, we can get the pure water, that is called RO water. Okay, so now this is called osmosis. Now we have laws of osmosis. Now scientists compare this osmotic pressure with the pressure of the gas that we have learned in second chapter of class 11. Now, so we can apply, if we want to compare osmotic pressure with the pressure of the gas, then we can compare, or we can apply the gas laws. Which are the gas laws? Boyle, Charles, Gay-Lussac, etc. So now first of all, Boyle's law, but it is called Boyle's one-top law. Now what is the Boyle's law? At constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to 1 upon volume. Pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. Okay, so now if we forget these things, N upon V, you can write directly the pi is inversely proportional to 1 upon V. Now you say, what is pi? So here osmotic pressure has the symbol pi, remember this. Okay, so now pi is 1 upon V. Gay-Lussac law, what was the Gay-Lussac law? At constant volume, pressure is directly proportional to the temperature. So pi is directly proportional to temperature. That is result number 2. Now Avogadro's one-top law, pressure is directly proportional to the number of moles. I have explained how number of moles. As number of moles of air increases into the balloon, pressure also increases into the balloon, inside the balloon, is it? So pi is proportional to the N. This is result number 1, 2 and 3. Now as we have derived ideal gas equation in class 11, now we can derive according to 1, 2 and 3. Pi is inversely proportional to 1 upon V, pi is proportional to D, pi is proportional to N. So if we combine all these equations, Nt upon V, pi is proportional to Nt upon V, and as we remove the variation sign, we have to put what? Yes, remembered, that is yes, gas constant. Okay, so now cross multiplication, pi V is equal to nRT upon V. So pi is equal to, this is also one important formula, PV is equal to nRT. Pi is equal to WRT upon MV. Now you say, what is W? What is this? Number of moles. Number of moles is this.